So I wanted to jump in here just to answer a question that was asked by one of my students, and I think this will be an interesting one that everyone can learn from. So here we have a question underneath this lesson here, and so the question is, how do you change your profile footing when running through, for example, a garage door where the slab is lower because of the slope or something like that? How do you break the edge of the slab? And so what I'm going to be doing is to show you guys how to do just that. Now, as you can see here, I have two different footing profile. I have this one, which is the original one from your blocks and profile drawing, if you were following. So that would be this guy right here. But then I have this other one that I kind of took the old or the original one and modified it a little bit to become the profile that I need it to be. And so this is going to be the one that I put in the garage door, okay? Or in the path of the garage door. So what I want to do here is to open up the garage drawing right here. And then actually, this is not where I want to be. I'm going to close that. I need to be in the foundation. So let's open up the garage foundation here. So right where the garage door is on the front here, what we want is a different footing profile to where the you have that step down sort of. And now the way I designed this, it's just a flat thing, so I don't think it would work for this particular design, but we'll see how it turns out. But what we're going to do is to cut these two things. I'm going to cut them from here. So cut, and then I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to paste it over here. So I'm going to go paste. I'm going to drop it right here. All right. So I have these within my drawing. Now, if you remembered, this footing already exists within this particular drawing as a profile. So if we go to manage, style manager, click on multi-purpose, click on profile. So here we have that original one, which is this guy. You can see where the insertion point is right in the corner. So what we're going to do is to create another one in here so that we can have that additional shape or profile that we can use to place within the garage door. So that would be this one here. Now, if you notice, my little point on the end is not showing. We're going to increase the size of those by going to utilities, point style. I'm going to change it to maybe an X. All right, so it's a little bit bigger now. All right, so now that we have that, let's go back to 2D wireframe, and we're going to convert this shape into a profile. So we're going to right click, convert to profile, and then we're going to pick where the X is for our insertion point, just like that. And then we're going to create a new one. So click on that down here. And then let's give it a name, foundation footing 2. Okay, it's number 2. Or we could call it garage, whatever. So now if we go back to our manage, style manager, and come into our profiles, we now see that we have this one, and then we have this one with the little notch inside of it. Okay. Now this profile is whatever you want to make it. Okay. Depending on how you're designing your profile for whichever doorway, you know, in this instance, it's the garage door. So however you want to design that, it doesn't matter, but it's the same technique, same steps that you're going to follow in order to get your profile. Now, since we're in the style manager, why don't we create the slab edge style? So if we go up to architectural objects here and go down to slab edge styles, you remember that we have this slab edge that was originally used on the foundation footing. So we need to create another one with the new shape. So if you notice with this first one, it has the first profile inside of it. Okay. So we need to maybe copy this one and paste it to get a number 2. And then what we'll do here is to switch this one over to the second profile that we just created a while ago. And then we hit OK. Okay, so we have created all the things we need. All that is left is for us to split this edge of the foundation footing so that we can replace the middle portion of it with our new shape. All right. So what I'm going to do, because I don't know where the door stops. I think the door stops right where this piece is, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to bring in the foundation layout just so I can see it. Sorry, the garage layout. So yeah, I was right. So it stops right on the edge of this slab. So I didn't even need to bring it in. So let's get rid of it. I'm going to detach it. So what I'm going to do is to click on the foundation slab here like that. And then I'm going to go to vertex and say add. And then I'm going to just click right there where it breaks. And you can see that it added a point right there. That's what we want. Then we're going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. So we're going to do right here. And so it breaks the footing right here. So if we go into a 3D view, let me turn my hatching off by coming over here, do like that. You can see that it broke the foundation right there as well as right there. So what we want to do is to switch out the shape or the profile inside of this portion to the new one. So in order to do that, we will go over to our edges here and let's go to a top view. That makes it easier for us to see. And then we can search for that piece, which would be number 4 here, as you can see right there. So what we're going to do here is to switch out this edge style to the new one that we just did a while ago. And we can take a look at that to see that now it has a little different shape for that portion of the foundation footing. All right. So we hit OK on that. You can see the changes that were made there. Maybe I could put this in conceptual. I don't know. It's there. You can see it. So that went down. I don't know how many, maybe an inch or so. So what we can do here is maybe I could go to this view to see wireframe. So I think it went down an inch. So maybe I could move this down an inch. So I'm going to just go to move. Let's see, move. Yeah, let's move it down maybe like 1 inch. Yeah. So there you have it. So now the slab coming in from the yard goes up and blend in right with that little notching on the footing of that particular section of the foundation. And then it goes in like that. I think that's exactly how the one on my house is right now, which is quite interesting. I don't know why I didn't do it like this first. But there you have it. So that's how you would do this. And of course, if you put it in realistic, it looks much more, much more, gets rid of the lines and so on. All right, guys. So that's how you add, and you can do this with any other part of your footing. So even these areas where you have another door here, or even on the main building where you have the back door or the front door, if you wanted to adjust your what do you call it, sill, I guess that would be the right name for that. That's one way that you can go about doing it. And again, you can make these profiles as complicated as you want. It doesn't matter. Once you add it in there as a slab edge, it will give you exactly what you want. So if you want to get a crazy shape, let's say we were to remove this vertex and make it like a slope like that. And let's say we were to convert this again into a profile. I'm going to pick that corner and I'm going to say I want to replace an existing one, and I'm going to replace this one. Okay. Once I replace it, anywhere that profile was used will change. So right now, this here is now having a slope. If you go and look, you can now see that it converted into a slope, which is actually not bad at all either. So once you replace your profile, and that's a neat little technique as well. Once you replace that profile with whatever shape you decide, it will push itself through to all the objects that were using that particular profile. So just an extra little bit of technique there that you guys can run with. All right, hopefully this was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, again, please share them in the discussion, and of course I'll do my best to answer as quickly as possible. All right.